Hey guys, welcome to lesson 1. And yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so since this is just lesson 1, I think we're just going over just simple review, so it shouldn't be too difficult this week. Review important skills, find the product, show your work. So let's just do number 1. It's just long multiplication. So this should be pretty easy for you guys. 382 times 4. You just multiply 4 and 2 and you get 8. 4 times 8 is 32. And then 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So your answer will be 1528. Alright, now we're rounding to the nearest thousands. So this would be with the ones place, the tens place, hundreds place, and the fourth spot is the thousands place. So for example, let's just do number 1 again. 35,398. So this would be the thousands place. And we're rounding to the nearest thousand. So since this is the thousands place, what we're actually going to be looking at is this spot right here. And since 3 is less than 5, so it's in the bottom half, we're going to round down. So if we round this to the nearest thousands, what we get is this right here, 35,000. Alright, so once you're done with these, we can move on. Whoops. Hold up a second. Okay, so we can move on to this section right here. And we're looking at finding the perimeters and the areas of these shapes. So let's just go with number 1 right here, I guess. So if you remember the formula for perimeter, well, the perimeter is pretty easy to remember. You just add up all the sides. So since this side is 7 centimeters, that means this side is also 7 centimeters. So that's 7. And this side is 12 centimeters. So this side up here is going to be 12. So we just add up all these sides. And we get 12 plus 12 plus 7 plus 7. Which is 24 plus 14. Which should be 38, I think. If I'm doing everything right. Yeah. So you just add them up. And then for the area, if you remember, is the length times the width. So 7 times 12, which equals 84. Alright, for triangles, when we're finding the area, let's do this one. It's kind of the same thing. What you want to do is multiply the length and the width. So 3 times 4 is 12. But that would actually be the area of this rectangle right here. This imaginary rectangle. So 3 times 4. And this whole thing would be 12. But if you notice, this triangle right here, this is only half of this imaginary big rectangle. So what we want to do is length times width, which is 12, and divide it by 2. And that gives us 6. So this triangle here is 6. So when you're basically dealing with areas of triangles, you want to remember always to divide by 2. Alright, once you're done with all these, we can move on to the next section. This one looks really easy. I'm sure you can do this really fast. But let's do number 1, I guess. 43 plus 61. Just simple addition. 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10. 104. Hopefully you didn't forget this. Alright, and then now, we go to a little bit more of the challenging problems, the word problems. And, oh, whoops, okay. Let's just start with number 1. Maybe we'll do another one, I'm not sure. Anyway, Ashley, Josephina, and Trisha collect erasers. Ashley has twice as many erasers as Josephina, who has 17 erasers. Ashley has half of Trisha's amount of erasers. How many erasers do they have in all? Okay, so right off the bat, this seems like a lot of information, and it might seem confusing, but it's pretty easy once you organize all the information. So let's say Josephina is J, and it says here Josephina, who has 17 erasers. So J equals 17. Josephina has 17 erasers. And then it says Ashley has twice as many erasers as Josephina. So this means that Ashley has 2 times more than 17 erasers. So let's say Ashley's A. And 17 times 2 is 34. Alright. Now, Ashley has half of Trisha's amount of erasers. So 34 is half of what Trisha has. So that means we would, to get to Trisha, we would have to multiply 34 times 2. So Trisha has 68. 34 is half of 68. Ashley has half of Trisha's amount. And also Ashley has twice as many as Josephina's 17 erasers. Now, we're not done yet. The question is asking, how many erasers do they have in all? Sorry, this is getting a little bit messy. How many erasers do they have in all? So, to get to the final answer, we're going to have to add all of these up. So 17, 34, and 68. Okay. 17, 34, 68. I'm going to add these. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 8 is 19. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Then 5 plus 6 is 11. So your final answer will be there are 119 erasers. Then once you're done with all of these, I'll show the answers right here. So yeah, see you next week.